on Facebook. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm back here trying to set up. Let me use this moment to thank you and my friends, especially to those on YouTube. You have done well. My video about democracy in Sierra Leone trended tremendously. And you heeded to my request and you actually subscribed. And I had about 31 new subscribers. Thank you very much. TikTok, I'm seeing I'm seeing on your likes. Let me tap. Okay. And start the liking. Facebook, thank you very much. Let me use this moment to greet you because today I'll be talking about something very, very important about my country, Sierra Leone. And please pardon me because once in a while I'll be crossing over to the Sierra Leonean local lingua. Then the party picking that came to my comment section and told me that I don't know how to speak English. Thanks for that, but I'm not an Englishman. I'm a Fula from Sierra Leone, and I speak Timni and Creole. So I want you to query me when I speak bad Creole or bad Fula or Timni. But don't query me when I speak bad English. I'm not an Englishman. So thank you very much this morning. I am with you the next 30, 40, 50 minutes to talk about a very, very important subject. I'm asking a question. Before asking this question, I'll be singing a song. And that song is becoming a huge trend in Sierra Leone. It was sung in the 80s, in the late 80s or early 90s, the late Sierra Leonean Gumbe king, Dr. Olo. The song is entitled Yukokoros. And this Yukokoros will play a prominent role in what I'm about to say. So allow me to sing Yukokoroso, Yukokoroso. How you manage today, Yukokoroso, Yukokoroso, Yukokoroso. How you manage today, Yukokoroso. Thank you very much. Let me also do a disclaimer. My first video, the last time, because that's not my first video, gave a signal that I am an APC sympathizer and supporter of the opposition. I want you to understand that the objective of my talks on YouTube, social media, if you go through my YouTube, you will discover that my topics are diverse. So please don't pigeonhole me in your APC, SLPP politics. We are here to set the record straight. Let me also thank you that took the opportunity after viewing my latest video. You went and searched and saw that my video that I have entitled Setting the Record Straight. Setting the Record Straight is a synopsis of what transpired at the Liberia Budubura refugee camp in Ghana, where Sierra Leonean were let down by the Sierra Leone embassy. I was arrested inside the Sierra Leone embassy and taken to the cantonment police station before the police threw the case out and says that I did not offend anybody. So you can go to that video, and I also have another video another Setting the Record Straight part 2, where I discuss in depth information about, I gave in-depth information about the demolition of the Liberian refugee camp and matters arising. So you can still view them. Once again, I'm Gabriel Ishmejalo. Yukokoroso, Yukokoroso, Ayumane sote Yukokoroso, 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 Ayumane sote Yukokoroso. Well, today we'll be asking a question. In this my questioning, you will now respond to me and let's dialogue. Is Fatima Bio the First Lady of Sierra Leone, or is she a de facto Prime Minister? Fatima Bio, is she actually a First Lady, or is she the de facto Prime Minister of Sierra Leone? So we'll have to find out. But first of all, let me talk about First Ladies in Sierra Leone. But we don't have to waste our time to go far. I don't know the name of Samuel Timagai's wife, but we can remember Anna Momo and Rebecca Stevens and others. But let's tie it to I don't even want to talk about Gloria Strasser. Let's tie the First Ladies of the Second Republic, those First Ladies. Patricia Kaba. Then I will also try not to bring in Sia Nyoma, because it will look like it is a competition between the APC and the SLPP. But I want to give a profile of a distinguished daughter of Sierra Leone and the former First Lady, Patricia Kaba. Patricia Kaba, her first national duty was to serve as the secretary to the office of the Prime Minister. To the office of the Prime Minister. That is the first. I'm sorry, somebody is disturbing me here. I have to block them. To the office of the Prime Minister, Patricia Kaba. Yes, so sorry for that intrusion. She was the secretary to the office of the Prime Minister of Sierra Leone, Samuel Timagai. Patricia got married to Kaba. You know, Kaba, our late president, was an established diplomat who served at the United Nations for more than 2 decades. So Patricia Kaba joined her husband in Lesotho, where she practiced law in the chambers of the distinguished jurist, and she was the sole female attorney in the entire Southern Africa. Patricia Kaba also went to East Africa, in Tanzania to be precise, where she engaged in active diplomatic activity such as reporting on the legal status of the African child at the UNICEF. Patricia Kaba moved to New York and obtained a political affairs appointment at the Office of Decolonization at the United Nations. She was later elevated as the executive head in that organization and other related organizations at the United Nations. Patricia Kaba lectured at the University of New York. She taught French and English. And the University of New York happened to be the largest or the biggest university in the United States of America. Patricia Kaba partnered with Aisha Daifan and Yasmin Jushu Sharif. Yasmin Jushu Sharif is the daughter of the legendary Salia Jushu Sharif. They took up the responsibility of collating human rights abuses at the height of the civil war in the Mano River Union. She was a member of the Mano River Union Women Network. So Patricia Kaba, before she was elevated to the office of, she was not even to the office. Before her husband entered the presidency, the State House of Sierra Leone, the State Lodge, this is her accomplishment. When Patricia Kaba wanted to establish an office of the First Lady for her to undertake her personal activity, the party, the SLPP by then, not this PAOPA, the SLPP party refused, influenced the husband, and the husband refused. When she also wanted to undertake her law skills and other diplomatic activity, the party rejected it because the party believes that the office of the First Lady is just a symbolic office. The role of this First Lady is symbolic. It's not for you to come and trumpet your ego over people. You are not elected. You are not appointed. You are only the wife of the president. So I decided to do this because Patricia Kaba was an SLPP First Lady, and Fatima Bio is now a First Lady under the SLPP government. So we just want people to know how power can influence people and propagate their real self. Power will expose people for you to know who they are. That is what we are about to discuss in the next few minutes. Now, Fatima Jabbie. You see, Fatima Bio will be going down. People say she's the best First Lady that Sierra Leone ever produced. I respect their view, but I disagree with all my strength. Why do I say that? Fatima Bio desecrated the SLPP and imposed her will in the SLPP internal politics. I will explain. When Julius Maada Bio was elected 2018, even before Julius Maada Bio would occupy the seat, Fatima Bio was at the center of arranging the inauguration of her husband. Up to today, Sierra Leonean cannot tell you how much, what was the cost of that inauguration. That was the warning shot that Fatima Bio fired at Sierra Leone, but we never saw it coming. They formed the Julius Mother Bio Women Wing as a parallel organization to confront the party female executive. That was why that JMB Women's Wing was formed inside the Paupa SLPP. Fatima Bio dictated the election of the women wing in SLPP. Fatima Bio vowed that Fatmata Yansane will not enjoy another term. She imposed Hawafuri. You see, we are far off from a distance. We are evaluating the intricacies and dynamics of the SLPP internal politics. That is why we ask, is she a first lady or is she a de facto prime minister? Fatima Bio was bragging recently. When Fatima Bio speaks, I don't think she's evaluating the enormity of arrogance inside her speech. Recently, after the SLPP Congress, National Congress, Fatima Bio gathered people that she believed that her supporters and made two statements. And I saw people clapping. She said, when Paran Tarawali, the clerk of parliament, was having that banter with members of parliament because she was interested in the secretariat of the SLPP, and they were telling him that he should resign, Fatima Bio said he personally told Paran Tarawali that, hey, my guy, relax. Leave them alone. I will make you the Secretary General of the SLPP. A first lady who only has one vote for one of the oldest political party in Africa. She said she will make the former clerk of parliament, she will make the delegates elect him as the national secretary of the party. Today, he is the national secretary of the party with a landslide. Is Fatima Bio a first lady or is she the de facto prime minister? This is in an internal party politics. This is the strength that a woman has. Fatima Bio said, the present SLPP clueless publicity general. This is the guy that is going around telling the world that SLPP has 4.1 million members and supporters. Hey, I was happy finally yesterday. Phoebe and the other fellow at AYV finally asked him, But because it's like the Sierra Leonean populace, especially the media, they allow politicians to say anything and get away with it. How do you I'm a supporter of Arsenal, but I'm not a member of Arsenal. Those who are members of Arsenal, who pay dues to the club, they are in the data. But we, the supporters, we are not in the data. How can Arsenal brag that they have so million supporters? Where do you get that data from? And he kept saying that he is the Ariobo of the APC. I don't want to talk about that guy. I will have a talk about him. Yeah. But Fatima Bio said that guy, he put him in a private plane and told him that you will be elected as the SLPP publicity secretary. And the members of SLPP that came from the diaspora that Fatima Bio said, these are mine. That young man was there. Hey. Fatima Bio, the lower SLPP lower elections recently, after the party has erected guidelines, and they said nobody should snap picture with the phone because the vote should be sacrosanct and it should be a secret ballot. Fatima Bio took the mic from Lawrence Lima's hand and changed the directive. That's the woman, Fatima Bio. These are just the SLPP national power manifestation of Fatima Bio. Let's take few national issues that emanated from the actions and inactions of Fatima Bio. Fatima Bio said, when we have ambassadors and representative of international agencies in Sierra Leone, Fatima Bio said he will pluck the manhood of men, elderly men, who will be caught violating the right or the sanctity of female children of Sierra Leone. He said she will plunge their manhood and transform it to a barbecue. That's the first lady. She said offenders and violators of small girls, those males will, TikTok, thanks, man. Thank you very much for your like. Thanks for your comments, and I appreciate. So Fatima Bio said, the manhood, I don't want to desecrate this honorable platform, but let me say the manhood of men. Fatima Bio said, only SLPP members are Sierra Leoneans. So all of you that are not members or supporters of the SLPP, you are not Sierra Leonean. SLPP has never garnered 2 million votes for the presidency in Sierra Leone. Fatima Bio. And this mindset, it's something that they believe. Oh, that is why people like Plaka, the late mad guy, mentally retarded man, was sent to prison. That is why people like Muhammad Kamerimba Mansari, would have died in prison. Fatima Bio said, if you are not a member of the SLPP or supporter, you are not a Sierra Leonean. That is a national disgrace. Just imagine non-Sierra Leonean expatriates who watch our television hearing Fatima Bio saying her husband had PhD for coup d'etat. Her husband went to school and obtained a PhD. Hey! For coup d'etats in Africa. He is the originator of coup. He knows how to execute coups. Fatima Bio said her husband has it. He said that, and it was announced, it was reported on BBC. Fatima Bio. Our courts, our Sierra Leonean court, after our aunt was arrested for insulting Fatima Bio and murder, she was arrested in a social entertainment program and sent to prison. After all the human rights organization, all the cries, Fatima Bio single-handedly establish a noli prosequi. That's what the lawyer people say. You, the lawyer, noli prosequi. Fatima Bio asked for the case to be thrown out and apologize for our aunt. And right after that apology, our judiciary, which is meant to be independent, is it really independent? That's the matter of your court. Our aunt was released. Fatima Bio triggered. Fatima Bio triggered a presidential pardon for LJ. When Fatima Bio asked the president that she is apologizing for LJ, a man that was already convicted, he was serving his jail term. Fatima's apology saved LJ. That is why LJ is no more singing for Sierra Leone. He only saying, Fatima, Fatima, now you know me, mama. LJ that used to sing for us, they complained on me too. Hey, LJ that used to say, Kamarimba deserve bail. Now the only thing he can sing now, Fatima, Fatima. Even the bingo man. Now when he is singing for us, the bingo man they tell we say, a crush for Fatima, but mother gets gone. That's the kind of music they are giving us. Because the demigod, Fatima Bio, has decided to beg for them. Dr. Sylvia Blyden. Dr. Sylvia Blyden is only enjoying peace in Sierra Leone because a Creole woman who has a Pan-African heritage, she decided to be the big sister of a Madingo woman from Gambia with a Kono link. Sylvia Blyden refused to be the sister of Lara Tilopias. Lara Tilopias is a Creole. No, so. Sylvia Blyden refused to be a sister to Femi Claudio School. She's a Creole. Sylvia Bladen refused to be sister to Yvonne Akin Sawyer. But Sylvia Bladen is the sister, big sister for Fatima Bio. From the day Sylvia Bladen became the unofficial spokesperson for Fatima, Sylvia Bladen is no more in trouble. You see, when I asked the question, is Fatima Bio a first lady or is she a de facto prime minister? You people don't understand. Anybody that crosses Fatima, you either run away from Sierra Leone but you have to be a subject of Fatima. For you to enjoy peace. That powerful investigative journalist, Sylvia Olaike Bladen. Today, she is the unofficial spokesperson for Fatima. But I have a talk for Sylvia Bladen very soon. We want to find out why is Sylvia Bladen destroying her legacy. But that's not the talk for today. And Fatima Bio is now a god in Sierra Leone. Recently, Fatima Bio, before even I talk about this, is I have decided to follow Fatima. Koidu Holdings is a multinational diamond company that came to Sierra Leone, had an agreement with our government. Everything was written in black and white. We have a trade minister. We have a chief minister. And we have a mine minister. We have traditional rulers in Kono. How comes is Fatima Bio the only person that has that power to demonstrate against Koidu Holding? How comes Sierra Leone, where for the last 7 years nobody dared to protest, but the prime minister, whose primary objective to engage Koidu Holding is to attack the chief minister for their internal SLPP politics that was coming. This one. Rado Suare cannot even talk. How can you talk? Fatima Bio, who went to the Gambia and engaged Adama Barrow, appealing for Sierra Leonean residence permits to be reduced. A good gesture. But that's not the role of the First Lady. You channel it through the foreign ministry. You see, Patricia Kaba, after presenting her credential, both domestic and international, she was not a low-budget Nollywood actress. No, when she was in the United States of America and other countries, she was handling high-power offices, diplomatic offices. She was not sleeping in orphanage homes in the America as our first ladies was exposed in this last exposes in the United Kingdom. Sylvia Blyden, Eleche, all of them are now Fatima Bio's children. Eleche. I remember a a Liberian woman brought a video, some videos. Then she was telling me that, oh, one of these videos is a Sierra Leonean musician. I never knew LJ. When they put the disc, LJ started singing, oh, 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 that song was big. I said, this video makes me proud. But after butchering LJ's dreadlock, today is the boot liquor of Fatima Bio. He's no more singing for the people. Fatima Bio now is Fatima Bio is his foster mother. Fatima. Fatima Bio was engaged by a Gambian journalist who was asking her very, very important questions. Say, Madam First Lady, when you and your husband decided to engage in that Catholic unexplained duplicated marriage, because you're already a married couple with children. See, do you know how you embarrass the economy of the central part of Freetown? Do you know how that's your few hours wedding will have caused financial loss to the state? Do you know what Fatima Bio said? She said, nobody put 1 cent. Nobody spent 1 cent in our wedding. Fatima Bio, the petrol that was used in that long convoy, who bought it? Where that money come from? The police that was taken to guide you, who pays them? Is it not the state? Mr. Lahai, that will have been doing his business, and police have to condor the area. A customer will have been waiting for him. Everything went. There was a standstill for your wedding. Won't you have told the man that we are very sorry if that few hours caused any inconvenience for Sierra Leoneans? We are sorry. But Fatima, say 1 cent Sierra Leonean did not spend. Fatima was asked, the time you were in that place with all the big invitees in that church, people in Bo and Kenema, we are encountering light of blackout. Fatima asked the journalist if he expected Fatima, the money she was working, the money she made in the United Kingdom when she was working under that winter, if the journalist wanted him to spend it for Sierra Leone, what would have happened if Fatima said, let's see people exercise patience. My husband is working for them. We know the constraint. We will do our best. But Fatima, that's what he said. That's what she said. Fatima Bio, you don't do amo. You too much. Fatima told the SLPP thugs that they should not allow APC after your husband have destroyed all the other political parties and reduced the election to 2 parties. And you, Fatima, was now using state power to deny your opponents the opportunity to go and sell their messages to the Sierra Leone people. Fatima. Now listen what's happening in Sierra Leone recently. Women marched to the House of Legislature, the most powerful house our lawmakers in the land. They said they are going to protest, and they are demanding the speaker to apologize to Fatima. Nobody elected Fatima Bio. Fatima, would I elect you? Bang, 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 but tell we. Would I elect you? Would they for go beg you? That house, every Sierra Leonean district or constituency has a representative in the house. It is not every Sierra Leonean that voted for the president, but every parliamentarian, every constituency has a parliamentarian here. That is the house of power. She desecrated that house, put an earphone when the commander-in-chief was talking. Fatima, de facto chairman, de facto prime minister or first lady. You see, I decided not to bring Sia. She's a professional woman in the medical field. I decided not to bring her so that you will not bring your party in your APC and SLPP in my... No. That was I brought the venerable Patricia Kaba. Fatima, see, we should beg him. We should beg her. If the House of Legislature beg Fatima, all of us who have representatives there will have appealed to an unelected Gambian. Then when these women went to the House of Parliament, I almost shed tears. Because Fatima Bio is no longer a de facto prime minister in the eyes of some people. She's now a god. That song, I have decided to follow Jesus. For that song to be accredited to Fatima, the people who sang that song, the women, I wish they knew that there was an Indian man called Nokseng who decided to die and his family when his Hindu people told him to abandon Christianity. So when he passed away, Sadhu Sundar Singh, who became Pastor Sumon Kamar Marak, he wrote this song in honor of Nok Singh. Sadhu Sundar Singh said he wrote that song because a man called Nok Singh and his family were martyred because they decided to die for Jesus. These women replicated that scenario for Fatima Bio. Fatima Bio is now, see Fatima Bio in Kenya. But these women, they don't know that Fatima Bio is the only first lady. That's why when you guys are saying, hey, they do well, what you don't do for the country, show me one first lady that they took money from our national coffers when her husband was elected 2023. 3 months after that election, the Africanist press produced the transaction when JJ Blood, the finance minister, was mandated by Mother Bio to give Fatima Bio 30 billion leones, which is equivalent to $3 million. So when you see Fatima Bio is nearly buying everybody, I'm not worried. Sierra Leone is a poor country. So somebody with 3 million, who the Lebanese, the Indians, all the business people are under Fatima's blouse, under Fatima's bag. All of them, they are under Fatima's purse and her blouse and her bag, her purse. All of them, they are under her regime. So that is why people are saying, I have decided to follow Fatima. I wish they know that she is the only living first lady that an international anti-graft commission from the United Kingdom has indicted, that she has siphoned millions of dollars and took it to the Gambia, bought mansions in the Gambia. She talks to Sierra Leoneans with impunity. But I want Fatima Bio to know, before I finally close, I want Fatima Bio to know that the path that she is treading upon, many first ladies have travailed. They are not even as worst as her. But some of them, they are regretting their acts today. Grace Gushi Mugabe. Let me give you 3 examples. This woman imposed herself within the ranks of the ZANU-PF, Zimbabwe National Patriotic Front. These people fought for independence. Those who fought with her husband. As Fatima Bio is saying today, people who fought for the SLPP. Where was Fatima? She's saying that she is the highest patron of her husband relative to the presidency, insulting the Prince Hardings. Hey, Julius Spencer, they are quiet. Victor Foles, former vice president, all of them are inside Fatima Bio's pockets. Alpha Khan and others. She has bought everybody. Grace Mugabe. She engineered the dismissal of Joyce Mujiro, the former vice president of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Mugabe expelled that woman because of the Jezebel nature of Grace Mugabe. Grace Mugabe caused this the downfall of Robert Mugabe. The ZANU-PF, the armed forces have to remove him because Grace Mugabe was eyeing Emerson Mnangagwa. He wanted Mugabe to remove him. He was lying that the man was a traitor. The man has to flee before the ZANU-PF say no. That's the thing that happened to Fatima. After all her antics within the lower levels elections, then the grey heads of the SLPP say when you come to the national chairman, you kokorus. That's the end. Fatima Bio should know that what transpired in that Kokoro saga is the beginning of the end of Fatima Bio. She will never get it easy until the next 2 years when they will have left the White House. Our White House, the State House. I always call our State House White House. When you will have left our White House in Sierra Leone, then we will now call you to tell us the $3 million that was given to you for the hands of our girls. How many parts did you buy? How many parts? How many parts did you purchase? Fatima. We want to know how many parts you bought with $3 million. We want to know those letters that you use the letterheads of State House to share, to receive money. You go abroad, all those monies that you receive, the time is coming. Sylvia Blyden cannot defend you. She's a very, very skillful lady. She knows that for her to remain relevant, it's for her to lick your boots. She's a boot licker. She's now your spokesperson. You kokoroso. You kokoroso. Ayumane tote you kokoroso. Grace Mugabe. She's a wanted. She went to South Africa recently. She has to escape. She's now living in an isolated life. The law will soon grab her. Let me tell you about another woman, Kim Kyon, another arrogant first lady of South Korea. She thought power would be forever. She was engaging in bribery, corrupt act. She has been convicted. She's in prison. On my Facebook page, when I posted that story, I said, this is what awaits you, Fatima Bio. Sarah Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel's wife, First Lady of Israel, she has been convicted. So Fatima Bio, would they wait for long and left State House? Something then they where you go here later. The people the way they around you, now then self will tell you. Now because una dey na power now, na make. And let me say this. There is no way una go use another means. Una no small good una sef for do a third term in a power sharing. Una just pack una bag, una go. Then una wait for them call una for the account. You kokoroso, you kokoroso. How you manage to tell you kokoroso, you kokoroso, you kokoroso. How you manage to tell you kokoroso. Today, I dey eulogize Madam Patricia Kaba. I go Tanzania one time for a program. I meet the legacy of Kaba anyway. The time when the war be the fete na Liberia, na Salon, na the Mano River Union. Patricia Kaba. Na dem put record of human rights abuses. In Aisha Daifan, Jasmine Jushu, these are strong SLPP women, not pauper. We salute the woman in there. But we dey wait for less Sylvia Blyden. Sorry, for less Fatima Bio. They can't tell we how we use the money. The people in a court who na bribe for let them do that kululu, sumu for Mohammed Kamarimba who na keep and that long in a prison. Then people then self go talk. The people they wanna use for kill people they wanna use for kill. Thank you very much. Wow. The people they wanna use for kill Evangelist Samson them. Then go come and tell we what happened. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. TikTok. Thank you very much. WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Facebook. Thank you very much. Facebook. Thank you very much. YouTube. Una way view me. Una thank you for viewing me. Thanks very much for viewing. All is well, and we will continue for investigates and talk about the ills of society. Mina Gabriel Ishmejalo. I'm glad for the subscription na my YouTube channel. I'm glad for the subscription. The comments them. I'm glad for the comments them. I'm glad for the especially unless that my brother also knows a bit of English. Left me pit party picking. Me not Englishman. Me na full bobo. Facebook, thank you very much. We have done more than enough, almost 1 hour. We'll be coming up with another talk. This time around, we'll be talking about APC and Samura Kamara. God bless you. Like, comment, subscribe. I am very, very grateful. The other one was very big. It's still running. I know this Fatima Kukuros will be another big hit. You Kokoroso, you Kokoroso. Ayumane sote you Kokoroso, you Kokoroso, you Kokoroso. Ayumane sote you Kokoroso, you Kokoroso, you Kokoroso. Ayumane sote you Kokoroso, you Kokoroso. You kokoroso. Ayumane sote you kokoroso. You kokoroso. You kokoroso. Ayumane sote you kokoroso. You kokoroso. You kokoroso. Ayumane sote you kokoroso. You kokoroso.